Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wandering Wednesday, and we are going to do Thor Thursday. I will be back on Freedom Friday. We have got, I can't keep saying it, so much going on out there. If you're all paying attention, it's going on. I hope you've been saving some silver and saving some money back and getting some water and 3 weeks worth of food and getting yourself ready. Not only metaphysical, but physical. We have so much coming at us that we have to keep the balance. And it's hard right now for people to keep the balance. Uh, as I got on here today, it's morning, so I have my coffee. I'm usually not up this early, but I'm up. And I figured, you know what? I'll just have coffee and cards with my favorite people in the world. So I'm here. Uh, when I got on, I have a song that me and my husband really think of Lucky. You know, my story that he passed. He was a beautiful man. Um, this morning I got up and I kept hearing the song Keep on Smiling by Wet Willie. And when you listen to it, go to the lyrics too. It's Wet Willie, Keep on Smiling with lyrics. You will see something, you will feel something when you hear that song. Um, and I think somebody needs to hear it. So when you're done here, go play Keep on Smiling and keep on smiling. There was a lot of cards that wanted to be seen in my channeled message last night. And I have some new cards too, and I'm gonna love them because they're a different tarot deck, and I wanted to get something different because we needed something different. We can't stay in the same old, same old. We got to step out of the box, as I say. There's a lot of people going through things right now, and I wanted to cover something. We all have significant others, and we tend to feel that they are the perfect match for us. Yes, they are. They could be the perfect match for us, but as I seen in my world, my husband and me, our frequencies do not match for the spiritual part of it. And that's okay. Uh, he will come to where he needs to be when he needs to be. And I don't push. And sometimes they won't change. You might change, or they might change and you might not. It all depends. But you can't push them. You can't push anybody to believe in what you believe in because we all have different perceptions, complete different perceptions on things. We are a different soul in an avatar body. We are one of a kind and we are unique. We have that one special sparkle. But sometimes we get lost in the chaos of the world. So I want everybody to remember some things. That song, I want you to go listen to it after this. Okay. And what I do sometimes, and it's really weird, I'll go onto Facebook or I'll go onto something I'm listening to, and I have an opinion. So I'll type that opinion out, you know, and I'll read it and I'll reread it. Okay, okay. And I'll delete it and I won't put it online. But when I reread it back to myself, I can realize that my thoughts, I have to control. I have to balance my thoughts out. And to hear yourself, sometimes you don't hear yourself. Sometimes when it comes from somebody else, you're like, oh, okay, that sounds different, but it's the same because it came from a different source. So we just have to really think about that. We can't force feed our energy on someone else. We could think that someone's a twin flame, but I don't think that twin flames meet up as much as we think they do. Um, because it'd be you in a different version. And there's a lot of people that have a lot in common with people, but then they don't have certain things in common. And you cannot rush somebody else's awakening, period. It won't work. You've got to let them flow as they go. And if you can't combine them, You got a split ski. But I'm saying something about the split ski. When you've been in a relationship for so long, just because you're changing doesn't mean that the other person isn't changing somewhat. They're just not personal about it. They're not telling anybody about it. It could be their own personal journey. Mine was my own personal journey. I didn't tell anybody really about it. I just did it. And that changed. When you go with the flow, things change. When you're forced to into it, it's not a good thing. We're going to start out a little different today because Source wants me to, because there's some messages that need to go out. Uh, Today is 8/28 of 2024, which is a 26, which is an 8. And then we've got Thursday, which is 8/29, 2024, which is 27, which is a 9. Put them together, you got a 17, cue the card, and an 8, infinity. So we're going to read the 8. We're going to start it out with that, but we're going to go to a different card. We don't want to mess with the 17, but we're gonna, because 17 is definitely a cue the card, and that is things that are going to come in front of you, and you need to look at them. Number 8 tells you that now is the time for harmony, calm, and a place of retreat. You have been given the gift of a light that opens your mind and delivers the strength to create something that will last for all time. Should you want it to do so, number 8's energy field opens up eternity for you. It is renewal, paradise, spirituality, calm, mindfulness, and a completion of transformation. We have to remember that we are going through a major transformation. All of us, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, we're all going through it. Now, this card came out, and I thought about this card, and I really looked at this card. It's a number 6, and it's unlock your mind. This is from the Human Spirit Oracle. Look how she has all the keys around her, the key flying, the key laying there. She's got the key in her hair. She's got the key. See, Source has the key in the lock. Source is going to open that lock, but she looks like she's in a daze. Like, I don't know if I'm ready, because the key is not there in her third eye. They're floating all around. Okay. Let's see what this one has. Unlock your mind. Did you hear that? That is the sound of your mind unlocking. We have been hearing this term lately, a Karen or a Ken. What exactly does this Karen and Ken mean? These are people who feel like their way is the only way and refuse to budge on expanding their thoughts, point of view, or sometimes plainly seeing the facts. Take some time today to unlock and set free all of your possibilities. It is believed that we use 10% of our brain. Think about that. 10%. Are you trying to stick with the same thought patterns without ever really expanding or even exploring new possibilities? If you could learn one new thing today, or perhaps see someone else's point of view, someone that you think you have absolutely nothing in common with, you might just touch on a real human moment of seeing things you never thought possible. Think of it like putting on a pair of glasses that you never realized you even needed. That is a very good start to this reading, because we have to unlock and we have to listen. I know we feel that we are right all the time, and we are right for us, but maybe not for someone else. So instead of unlocking your mind. You're not putting the key in. Source is trying to put the key in and light it up, but you're not. You're like in a daze. You're seeing me. I know it all, and it's going to be right. And I'm not going to put the key in because my way is the right way. Be careful with that. Really careful with that. We may feel good about that way, and it may feel good for us, but it might not. It might not be Cinderella's for right slipper. Let's put it that way. The slipper doesn't fit because they don't feel the same way you do. I had to get to the point where I couldn't push my husband anymore because we may be married for 39 years or whatever, but we are not on the same spiritual path. And that's okay. It really is. Uh, I have to feel into these cards right now. Because we have some really interesting messages coming out, and I want to do them in the right way. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm looking. It was like me. The messenger oracle had a couple messages for us. We really need to listen to these messages because I've been saying this, and my soul family is feeling it. I am on Facebook now. I don't get on Facebook a lot, but I have opened it up to my soul family. And some of my friends seen me and came over there, and I don't know if they're into it or not, but that's up to them. This is my journey. We are all connected. Now, we seen the other day where we're all connected, where someone put it out in the ether on my comment, and I was drawn to it, and I did the reading. So they manifested it. You don't realize you're manifesting things, but you are. When you say things, be careful with what you're saying because that leaves an emotional imprint. And we don't want any emotional imprints. We want to try to work on ourself, not everybody else, ourself, self, self. I'm just saying it because we're trying to work on everybody else because we want everybody to see how fantastic and beautiful we feel. They may not feel that way, and we can't push it. So ease up, ease up. Now this has everything: the sun, the moon, the human, the wolf, the wolf with its protection, the wise owl with its wisdom, and the butterfly with the freedom right here. And at the top, we've got the Celtic knot, the two dragons protecting the tree of life, our tree of life. We are all connected. We are dependent upon others for life. If we destroy the very things upon which we depend, we too shall perish. We are all connected. We are all one. Do harm to the natural world, and you do harm to yourself. You are more than just a part of the human race. You're a child of Gaia. You are brother and sister to all life and living things. Love them as you love yourself. Sustain them as you sustain yourself. Yeah, we have to remember they are all of our brothers and sisters. And whether we like it or not, uh, we're all in it together. And this card is very important. Love that you are different. And that's Sunny. I named him Sunny. Don't know what he is. He looks like a bunny with wings and a lion's mane and a lion tail and bunny. Sunny is just a beautiful little Sunny. He's different. You have strengths and weaknesses, and both are worthy of love. Know them, honor them, and do not Heed those who tell you that you must change in order to fulfill their expectation of you. You will never be who others expect you to be. You can only be the unique individual you are meant to be. Love that you are different, for it is your differences and loving those differences that make you truly beautiful. I thought that was a perfect start for this reading because I keep telling everybody, I always say at the end, just be you. Don't try to be like the crowd because we don't need a big crowd of everybody. We don't need a big crowd of mimicking memes and just going with the, not going with the flow, walking in lockstep. Yeah, take your own step, be your own person. Okay. All right. We're going to do the Soul Helper Oracle. We got a number 19, uh, which is a 10, which is a 1. And we got enter the temple of truth and learn to value it. And if you look at this card, she's going to the temple of truth, but she's just kind of looking back a little bit, but she's going. She's like, she hasn't made her mind up, but it's only a half look back. It's not a full rotate. It's just glancing back because she's going to keep going. She's going into the temple of truth, her truth, nobody else's truth, her truth, or his truth, either or. This card is like the Joker in the deck. If you draw it, something major is about to happen. You will experience God. You will recognize the source of all being. God, or the divine source, is not a living being, not a thing or an idea, but an experience. Some things that pervades and changes you. Everything is in God. Everything you can see, all of creation is within the divine source. At times, you may feel disconnected, but God is flowing through you at each and every moment. God, the divine source, or the term you prefer to use, is within you and around you. Enter the temple of truth that lies within your heart and call to God there. The time has come. Seek out the silence that you need for this and be ready. Search for your truth, but not in the outside world. It can only be found in your own heart. Open yourself to understanding the truth is entirely individual. Everyone has their own truth, which is good since everyone feels and sees things in their own way. Everyone has the right to his or her own truth and should be wise and generous enough to respect and tolerate that of others. Start to value your own truth. Set out on the journey of experiencing yourself. Be brave. You have been ready for a long time. Recognize that it is your mission to be happy and to experience new things. For you, there is only one temple of truth, and you will find it inside you. Deep in your heart is where you will find all the answers that prompted your question. Now read the previous sentence again and take it to heart, but focus on it and understand it with your mind as well. Deep in your heart is where you will find it inside of you. Okay, we are on a 3D planet right now. 3D. When we go into the 5D, we will see the truth. Right now, we're just traveling through time on Earth School, and we're remembering, we're pulling things in that we remember from our conscious mind, and we have to listen to them because we have entered a long time ago the temple of truth. We can't pull anybody with us if they don't want to go. It's all free will, it's free flow. So we've got a few other messages. And I will see. Okay, we are going to do the Magical Spirit Oracle. This is my newest one I got. Trust in the places you feel guided towards space, time, and self. Infinity Reincarnation 5D. I just love these cards. Why? Because I love these cards. Infinity Reincarnation 5D Evolution and the Divine. I trust and remember my soul's mission. Higher self initiation, quantum realm. You are a soul here to embark on a human journey. You choose this mission to experience, enjoy, overcome, and evolve into your highest, most authentic self. You are influenced by space, the atom, time, the hourglass, free will, the human, and spirit, the third eye butterfly. Ooh, I like how they said that. That is great. And those are the pictures, the third eye butterfly and the sands of time, coolness. This is a transcendent of your soul and a healing for the collective conscious. We are evolving alongside spirit and the universe. There is an overreaching purpose, the rainbow, to what we do, who we are, and where we go. Deep down, we feel its call and that we have been here before. We sense that there is something else above and beyond all of us. Notice how the eyes in the artwork lovingly and confidently look at you. This is your highest self, the eye, the eyes, the knowingness of your soul, allowing it to guide, comfort, teach, and center you on this great adventure. You can always connect with you in the quantum realm through spiritual practice, nature, and communication via the heart. We are always in the 5D realm. It's just that we live in the 3D as a human, but that is not all we are. Our soul connects us to the source of spirit. See the magic mushrooms that grow by your feet. They are for you as you set off into the mystic unknown. The mushroom symbolizes the gift and the breadcrumbs this that spirit and our souls have given you. Will you take them? Will you allow them to help you to see? They will help you to awaken and recognize your spirit given gifts and intuition. Pulling this card has an energy of soulful remembering behind it. To listen when your soul calls you. This is your higher self gifting this to you now. They call you to remember what this is really all about, to not get too lost in the details of daily human life, to zoom out and see the big picture, to rise above and come back home to your core. Do you remember, dear soul? Wow. And there is a manifestation enhancement with this card. Connect with your highest self and thank them for the reminder. Invite them to offer more signs. Tell them that you deeply appreciate them. The energy of gratitude will put you into a state of receiving. This will help to enhance the signs when you go to sleep and when you wake up in the morning, send a prayer. Oh, I like that. That's a good idea to affirm that we are listening to our creator. Okay, we have the angels and ancestors, and we got some interesting messages today, especially with what we were talking about. In the angels and ancestors, the first one we got was the druid, hold the space. And I thought that was interesting. You know, he is the father, it looks like he's the father of the earth. Reminds me of Sky Father, the old wise man. He's got his crystal up here on his staff with his feathers. got his silver dreadlocks in. He is just, oh, he's got a snake tattoo. I never even noticed that right here. Snake has shed the old. Hold things together. Don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong, knowing you are where you are supposed to be. The Druids were the ancient wise ones of Britain, Ireland, and France. They had a deep connection with the earth and the sun and the moon. They were the scholars who created the Ogham tree language, and they were known for their creative skills in storytelling, poetry, and craftsmanship. When the Druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you're wondering what to do next to have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it's time to shift your perception and move back to a state of trust. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let everything happen as it needs to before taking any more steps. Think of a tree. It has a strong roots, yet continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. These cards gave us specific messages, and it was interesting how we were already talking about that. We do need to hold the space. We can't be overreacting. We do a lot. We got to catch ourselves. It's kind of like a trigger. We got the autumn card, and it's release the old and rest. When we hang on to the old crumbs in our our conscious mind, and we keep reliving them and reliving them and reliving them, we need to sweep them away and throw them away because they're moldy now. Your ideas are moldy, and you got to go on. But you can't live in the past. The past is the past. Right now, we're living in the now moment. Release all of the pressure and expectation weighing you down. Shed it all so that you can recover before moving into a time of renewal. Autumn is when the trees are preparing for the long, cold winter and must let go of all the weight they are carrying in order to continue to grow and prosper. Sometimes you too just have to surrender an aspect of yourself in order to continue to grow and prosper. The raven on the autumn card shows that there is an opportunity to heal at this time. In Celtic animal medicine, the raven is the bird of healing and intuition. The healing it brings is a shift that allows you to move into a more powerful psychic space where you can be more aware of your needs and desires and be better supported. You know what is heavy, what is holding you back. Is it a person, situation, a dream? Like the trees letting go of their leaves and fruit in the autumn, it's time to let it go. When you hold on, you try to control reality, and that never works. When you let go, you make space for the new to enter your life. You are being guided by your angels and nature herself to release whatever is stopping you from moving forward. And you can do this. When the autumn card arrives in the future position of a spread, or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming autumn will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intentions. Really think about things that you're doing right now, because we can't force people to see the same things we see or do. We have to work on that, because a lot of times we don't understand what they're saying because they don't understand what we're saying, and we get aggravated. But we need to watch the triggers. We got the medicine mother, honor your inner knowing. And I've been saying that we really have to listen to that gut feeling instead of listening to the 3D concept around us. Take action. Do what you know you need to do. Mother always knows best, they say, and it's true. We all know a maternal figure who's extremely intuitive and insightful. And this medicine mother, inspired by West African tribal women, has gone through many ups and downs. She has lived and she has lost. She knows what it's like to suffer and to want to give up. So the medicine of this card is that it's okay to make mistakes and get it wrong sometimes. And it's okay for things to come to an end. It's not the end of the world. It's just the end of one chapter and the beginning of something new. The medicine mother reminds you that even though you will have low lows, you aren't here to suffer. You're here to be supported and to support others. Let her give you the loving encouragement to take the next step forward. There is an old pattern rising up in you now, and it's time to deal with it and release it for good. You're being encouraged to love and respect yourself enough to take the steps you know you need to take to move closer to where you'd like to be. You already know the answers. You know what you need to do. You may have been using delaying tactics or holding back, but now you are being guided to take action. Action requires courage, but your angels and guides are bringing you the courage to move forward. Take just one step. When you do, the next one will be presented to you. I think that's a good idea. We don't want to stay in any stagnant relationships or uh, company, people were around. If it makes you feel not good, it ain't good. I mean, we can pretend we feel all fuzzy and great with that person, but no, you really didn't. You felt sick and withdrawn because their energy was draining you. So there is differences. Now we got the golden future, 28, which is a 10, which is a 1. Angels, ask the angels. Angels are everywhere. These glorious beings from the heart of God constantly look after us and guide us. They act in our highest interest and can aid us in many ways. In the golden future, people will be very aware of their presence, consciously connecting with them and inviting their help. Everyone will listen to the whispers of their guardian angels, call on to the support of the awesome archangels, and communicate with those on the various frequency bands. Even the inevitable Surfren who surround Source. Before they undertake a project, communities will ask for angelic assistance and sing with the celestial being as they take it forward. Angels help to keep the hearts of everyone open. In the golden future, you will be aware of your guardian angel being with you. Receiving this card suggests that angels have a message of hope or inspiration for you. So open your heart to them. They are reminding you that your guardian angel is always with you, ready to enfold you if you need support, and constantly whispering encouragement to you. Stay alert to their presence. Look out for coincidences and synchronicities, for these are coordinated by your angels. Archangels have come to earth with specific energies to help us. Send out a prayer to Archangel Metatron for illumination, to Michael for strength, to Raphael for healing and enlightenment, and to Gabriel for purity and joy, to Uriel for inner peace and confidence, or to any of the other great archangels for assistance. Ask several angels to enter your energy field each day to raise your frequency and create an angelic aura around you. The Seraphim are the 12th dimensional angels who surround the Godhead and sing the visions of Source into manifestation. Ask them to bring you soul satisfaction and bless your life. I have been being blessed a lot lately, and I have been doing a lot of manifesting in my meditation. And I try to go in every day and lay down. My husband thinks I'm sleeping, but I'm not. I'm meditating. I'm really trying to connect with source on my answers and not to bog my brain down with the 3D concept. I've learned a lot on the 3D planet. I'm sure I could learn a lot more, but I'm ready to go up to 5D. I know right now we've been in 4D. We have been in 4D. You know what? My husband just read my mind. He's sitting back there. He's cutting up dog food. He said, "What about the flash?" Yesterday, me and him were both standing in here at the kitchen sink, and all of a sudden, I seen a flash. And I almost didn't say something to him because I didn't think he's seen it because he didn't say nothing. Then all of a sudden, I said, "Did you see that flash?" He says, "Yes." I didn't know if you seen it or not. And then we felt weird. We felt like what would you say, Dar? Like motion sickness? Like motion, both of us felt like motion sickness. And he's like, "What is that?" And I said, "I don't know if I'm thinking it's energy or it's sun thing. It's something that's got a lot of energy in it." And I'm getting goosebumps. So I'm on the right track. I keep saying that there's gonna be a flash, and I don't know if they're gonna mind wipe us or what they're gonna do because we're supposed to remember and learn. So I don't really know what they're up to, but something's going on. Uh, this is going to take us into the practical magic. The practical magic is number 5. It's lunar strength, lunar magic. And they've got the white wolf, and these are actually moon lilies. They bloom at night and they're beautiful. I've seen them before. And this is the masculine and feminine is showing up with the moon behind them and all the energy of the card. Draw on empathy, contemplation, and intuition, trusting the quiet, gentle power within you and connecting with your inner knowing. Everyone is a combination of yin and yang, or feminine and masculine energy. This has nothing to do with gender, but rather the constant ebb and flow of qualities you naturally embody and can also consciously adopt. So called feminine energy also refers to as a lunar or yin energy, is a powerful force and immense strength. Yet it is gentle too, introspective, inward, and internal. It is full of calm and fluidity. It is linked to intuition, to the subconscious, to dreams, creativity, and the flow of emotion, and is associated with the magic and enchantment of the moon and its cycles and with the mysteries. When this card comes to you, it indicates that your current situation will benefit from your embodying. Mm, what this card is trying to really tell us is we really have to go within and quit going on the outside, getting our answers. I'm getting that yeah, the lunar energy helping you to cultivate compassion, wisdom, and your inner knowing. Listen to yourself and others and allow yourself to be vulnerable, sensitive, and empathetic. It's encouraging you to look deeper, to consider less traditional solutions, and to trust your ability to discern the right options for you. Most of all, this card asks you to recognize and honor your own power and remember your strength. It can also suggest you look again. Something may be hidden from you, or perhaps there's an important truth you are refusing to see. It's time to pause and look within so you can discover how you really feel about the situation. Your answer will come from knowing who you are, understanding what is most important to you, and connecting to your inner heart so you are able to express your true emotion without fear of judgment or criticism. Slow down and make time for gentle wondering, for nurturing yourself and any new ideas you have. and for going with the flow while you reflect on your options. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable can be very scary, and going off plan can feel counterproductive in a world of structure and rationality. But attune to the feminine energy of the earth and acknowledge your feminine power, regardless of gender, is a mark of strength that will increase your understanding, spiritual perception, and awareness of your paths forward. Consider how you can start to integrate feminine strength into your life, bring more magic to your everyday existence, and honor and develop your intuition. There is immense wisdom in trusting your inner guidance and following your heart. Now is the time to embrace it. Everything has been saying that we have it within. We have, see, the problem is on this 3D world, we all want to listen to ourselves so much that we block everybody else out. We don't need their opinion. We know everything. Big mistake. You don't know everything. None of us know everything. We're all on this planet learning, but your brothers and sisters could give you a different perception on something, and you could be like, wow, I've been fighting with that forever. I didn't think of that. Yeah, because you have to work together, free flow, ease, and life will be so much better. I've ran into so many people that just want to do it their way or the highway. And their way might be good, but maybe another way is better. Who knows? Or combine them both and it's a masterpiece. Who the hell knows? But we've got to keep to ourselves. We've got to be ourselves. Don't be somebody else. Oh, the coffee tastes so good today. Okay, we are going to go in to the dreams of Gaia because the dreams of Gaia have some things to say. And we got my new tarot we're going to read today. We're going to use. It's the Wild Reflections Tarot. And we're going to use that for clarifiers with the dreams of Gaia. Now, we got a lot of air here, but the air was upside down, and it is a 6. It came in this way. She's standing on her head, so we got a blockage here. A time of research and investigation. Look at and compare a range of options. Weigh the pros and cons. Be willing to compromise. Don't let rigidity hamper possible success. A moment of empathy. Step into your personal power. Do not discredit what others offer. I just said that. Literally, I just said that. Do you know how, like I said to my husband, when we come down to Florida, I've seen Florida do amazing things, stupid things, but amazing things too. Which Pennsylvania, I've seen stupid things and I've seen amazing things. And I thought, you know what? If they put it together, the South and the North, they could have great concepts of things because the South did something better than the North did on this and this and this. And they could swap ideas, but nah, we're the North and South, Yankee versus, rebel and blah, blah, blah. It's stupid. We're getting to the point where it's getting ridiculous. This difference of everybody that we can't accept. Come on, really? The blockage. The 6th of air reverse symbolizes a bad habit of making comparisons in a divisive manner that separates and creates an us versus them situation. When the 6 of air appears reverse, it is cautioning you to be more embracing of others' differences and warns not fall into the trap of judging others because they think or believe in a different way to you. It comes to remind you that we are all different and that the one thing that we all have in common is just that. We are all different. Every single person has beliefs totally unique to themselves, shaped by their own experiences and knowledge. Don't be too quick to discredit with what another has to offer just because their perceptive and perception is different to your own. What did I just say? That's a big problem in this world right now. People don't want to listen to anybody else. They think they're right and everybody's wrong. We really got to get out of that aspect of thinking and believing, because yeah, that ain't good. And the clarifier with that was the Hierophant. And the Hierophant, that's a beautiful card. These cards that I got are amazing. And he came in reversed. So we are going to read the reverse on the Hierophant for the clarifier. I love this card with the buffalo. He's loving the buffalo. Wish I could love a buffalo. They're so cool. Okay. I'm losing cards. I know. I'm losing cards. I got to close that. Okay, where are we? Rebellion, unconventionality, nonconformity, new methods, ignorance. When you see the Hierophant in reverse, it may mean that you are feeling particularly restricted and even constrained from too many structures and rules. Stale relationship, values not aligned, breaking taboo, bureaucracy, shifting confidence, workplace, peer pressures, new financial situation takes risks with finances. You have a particularly strong will and desire to regain control and break free from the shackles of convention. Uh, that's a perfect. Yeah, we got to get out of the old crapola because we have been, that was our ancestors' crapola. We've got to find our own niche in this world. We've got to evolve, and it's got to be better than last. And the next card we got was the emotions card. And this one came in, and look, she's balanced. She's got the sword there, the heart here, and all in gold. She's got the dragon around her, but she's got this. This is the emotional, this is the other side of her. If she's not balanced, this is her. We don't want to be this part. We want to be this one. All emotions are necessary. How you are feeling influences you. Use your feelings to evaluate a situation. Heed the message behind the feelings. Are you a negative or positive person? Do not prejudge the present based on the past, particularly acknowledge your feelings. Fill your day with laughter. Step back and detach emotionally. Positive emotions open you to learning. Represent, repressing emotions creates dis-ease. Address symptoms of emotional repression. Yeah, this is what we have to do is we have to work on our triggers. And with the emotion, and that was a 19 also, which goes to a 10. We've had a lot of 10s. We got the 5 of Cups. And if you see her, she looks kind of emotional sitting there beside the water with seashells in front of her. And all of the energy is flowing around her, but she just doesn't look very happy. Let's see what she's doing here. The 5 of Cups, loss, grief, disappointment, sadness, mourning, disconnected, feeling let down. The 5 of Cups represents self-pity, loss, or regret. And it may have recently gone, you may have recently gone through a challenging experience, such as the end of a relationship, friendship, or being currently apart from a loved one. Grieving, breakup, time of tension and sadness in relationships, taking a step backward in your career, job loss, business loss, urgent financial loss, still things left to salvage. This card is a reminder that it's okay to feel negative emotions and to give yourself space for grieving. However, it's also a sign not to wallow too long in self-pity, as things may not be as bad as they seem. You know, uh, this is why I think I mentioned that song I kept thinking about today, Keep on Smiling by Wet Willie. when you go and listen to that song and listen to the lyrics, you'll remember this card right here, because we have to be on our best. I mean, we have to try to be in our best positive mode. But we do have times where we are sad and we can't stop the flow of the sadness. So we're just going to be sad for a little while, but we've got to rise above it. We've got to pull ourselves out of that feeling. We got another air. We got the king of air. And unfortunately, he came in reverse too. We have some blockages going on. This is a time for ethical behavior, no room for compromise. Seek the advice of an expert, respect the rules of the law. Why are you pushing boundaries? Keep your judgment free of emotional impediment. Don't be drawn into an argument. Don't reject unsolicited advice. Somebody's rejecting advice a lot, and that's not a good thing because you don't have all the answers. Trust me. None of us do. The King of Air reverse represents a man who is extremely intelligent and charming and sadly cruel. He is someone who takes delight in using his mental acuity to cut people down and make others feel less confident and sure of themselves. He likes to have people second guessing themselves, and because he also possesses a gift of convincing others that he is well intentioned and has only their best interest at heart, people seek out his advice. But he is a power seeker who likes to play mind games. What he wants is to dominate and control, not because he is emotionally broken or wounded, but because it makes him feel powerful. He does it just because he can. If you have someone of this nature in your life, the King of Air reverse represents a need to cut ties and protect yourself from another's manipulation or desire to control you, or in turn, a need or desire you might have to control and manipulate others. Only pain will come from this relationship or behavior. Unfortunately, yes, it will. Because we got another four, we got the Four of Cups. And she's got someone reaching down, trying to give her another seashell. And the swing's over there with nobody on it. And she is just under a tree. Looks like she's in a lot of thought. Let's see what the Four of Cups has to say. Apathy, contemplation, feeling disconnected, boredom, indifference, disconnect. The Four of Cups represents boredom, self-isolation, blockage. The Quoran may currently feel dissatisfied with their routine, unmotivated, or stuck in a rut. Bored with love, life, lack of excitement in relationship, bored with job, feeling unhappy with the job and career, lack of progress, feeling disillusioned with money, envious of others. This card signifies that there are opportunities flowing toward the current, but they have shut themselves off from receiving these gifts. This may be a result of having been hurt or rejected in the past. Yeah, she looks like that. She looks like she's been rejected so many times, she's had enough. Don't you just love these new cards? I love the pictures. Look at the seashells down here and the magic just going around her. Okay, now we have, that was the last card on the collective. We have that special message now. And in the special message, we got the Ace of Earth, but he's reversed. We had a lot of reverse cards. Starting anew, new financial or career opportunities, reward versus consequences, making preparations, planning for the future, material gain, a desire for security. In the reverse position, the Ace of Earth signifies that too much emphasis may have been placed on financial reward or career goals to the detriment of other needs and responsibilities. What price are you willing to pay in order to meet your goals? Are you motivated by genuine need, by fear, or by material desire? These are questions you need to ask yourself now. How important is material gain? How fast do you wish to achieve financial security? And for what purpose? The Earth card represents home, family, and career in a harmonious marriage of three. While your life may not include all three, be sure that your opportunity to have love and family will not be limited by a path that focuses only on your need for financial security. If you do have family, a spouse, children, or both, are you putting your desire for financial security before the emotional needs and responsibilities of a partner or parent? Will the plans you have made take you away from the answer from the family and place you under pressure on your relationship with others? If the answer is yes, or maybe the reverse Ace of Earth suggests that it is time to rethink your goals or weigh the potential rewards against the potential consequences. Do not act selfish at this time, or the consequences may be greater than anticipated. This reading has been all about all of that. Okay. The clarifier was the Page of Cups. And look at him with his umbrella. And he is playing the seashell, which is like a trumpet. He's got his umbrella and he's got his energy all around him. The Page of Cups. This is idealism, sensitivity, dreamer, naive, innocent, inner child, head in the clouds. The Page Cup represents creative expression, intuition, and curiosity. You are encouraged to delve into your creative and self-expression without allowing the inner critic to overshadow the process. Fresh perspective on relationships, awe and wonder at love and romance. Find a creative outlet at work. Daydream about career paths. Unrealistic financial goals. Daydreams without putting in effort. You are entering a period of new sensation and relationship, which can confidently be called a period of emotional rebirth. Perhaps you will renew a romantic relationship or meet someone new and nice. Yeah, we really have to be optimistic on things because we do know somewhat what's coming down the pesos, but that's last. We got some interesting cards, and usually I only get one, but the Gateway of Light activation gave me two. And I know why it gave me two. Gaia Gateway activation, learning experience, wisdom transmission, and earth intelligence. The Gaia Gateway is the chakra that connects us directly with the mind and intelligence of Mother Earth. This chakra is not very well known, but is now being acknowledged as one of the key energetic spaces we can connect with to activate the ascension process. For many years, ascension has been thought of as moving beyond the limitations of the body and transcending the physical realm. But it is, in fact, the process of becoming present in the body in full awareness of the spirit within. The Gaia Gateway is found below our feet under the earth star chakra. But when we're connecting to it, it's best to imagine it in the center of the earth. The best way to describe it is as a wormhole or portal in the center of the earth that allows us to connect directly with the non-physical intelligence of Gaia, the spiritual presence of planet Earth. The Earth is a highly spiritual, intelligent, aware being. She has lived through many challenges and experiences that have led her to where she is today. No matter what has been served up to her or how many of us have mistreated her, she has found a way to survive and thrive. Need some coffee. Sometimes it is not our role to know how everything will unfold. When you draw this card, it's a reminder to trust the plan. The wisdom of Gaia is with you at this time, and you can enjoy the natural expansion that is taking place. You may have a tendency to go traveling and look to the stars for answers, but realize that the planet you call home has much to offer too. You have chosen to be here. This may not be easy to accept, especially if your current reality is a harsh one, but your current experiences are vital for your growth. The earth herself cannot escape the challenges that she is facing at this time. Learn from her strength. Learn from her yearning for a better future. Come back to her. She is your chosen home. I love the Gaia chosen home. We are wisdom transmission, earth intelligence, and learning experience. Yeah, this is Earth School. This is we our soul took on a body, our avatar, okay? And it is learning Earth School right now. We're bringing Mystery School into it, but we're going through Earth School. Not everything in school we liked. But we always learn to adapt. Definitely. Okay, now the next card we got on the Gateway of Light Activation is the Akashic Records. Clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. Yes, until we release all the crap that is built up in our world and work on our triggers, we won't be free because the past will always haunt us. It will always come back. Why did I do this? Why didn't I do this? Hey, I think about it all the time. If I could go back in time and change this, and this, and know what I know now, hell, our life would be amazing. But we can't because we learned as we go. From birth on, we learn. And not everything we learned was kosher. It wasn't all that in a nutshell. It wasn't all that true. We've had a lot of fairy tales told to us. Let's just say that. And now we're discovering fairy tales. The Akashic is a Sanskrit word that means ether or sky base. And as explained above, the Akashic records are a condom of universal events, experiences, and lifetimes held in the spiritual realms. One of the founders of Theosophy described them as indestructible tablets of the astral light. We can visit the Akashic records in dreams, visions, and meditations. When we are transported or guided to connect with them, we are being given the opportunity to take an inventory of our life and all of the events that have taken place in it, and to gain information on lifetime past. When you draw this card, the universe is releasing you from past experiences. This can be soul-based memories, fears from previous lifetimes, or old aspects of this current lifetime that you have moved on from. Now, know that this is the time to reclaim your freedom and rewrite your story. You can do this by following through on your dreams. Gone are the days of fear-based indecisions. This is the time to rise up and claim your truth. If you are sitting on a dream or are feeling called to move in a particular direction, it's because you have unearthed an important soul lesson, and it's essential for you to follow that call to clear unwanted energies of your past. As you do so, don't allow yourself to be pulled into expecting the worst possible outcome. Know that this experience is not your truth, but old energy being released from your energy body. Call in angels to shine their light on any repressed fears, energies, or stories that are no longer serving you. It's time to fly high in freedom. We have to give our permission to release the crap that we've done. Okay, it wasn't good. We didn't do great. We did wrong. But guess what? It now we start over. Now we rewrite our story and we know what's right and what's wrong. So this time it's going to be a better story. What could be better than that? Now, the Divine Master only usually have one card. It had three cards come out, and I know why these three cards come out, and they're all feminine energy. Quinn Yin, enlightened action. Choose compassion, move forward with grace. No matter where you are in this world right now, you you are richer than someone else. Trust me. If you are living in a camper and have a car or a car and a tent, you have more than a lot of people. We have to remember that. We see all these richy people going down the road and saying, "Oh, I'd love to be driving that big RV and have all their cash." They're living on credit cards, guaranteed. And it's not that happy when they get home and they have to write a check to pay the bills. So don't always think the grass is greener on the other side, because sometimes it's in disguise. Let's just say that. My husband's making homemade dog food. He's being Susie Homemaker. Okay, he's Sam Homemaker. He's not ready for the feminine part of it. Okay. Quinn Yin, sometimes Quinn Yin is Quan Yin with a K. Uh, being of pure compassion and love, who is loved the world over, especially in the Eastern, are part of the Buddhist tradition, but are very similar to the Western concept of angels. Beings of light and brilliance who will do anything they can to lead those who call on them into a space of peace and harmony. Quinn Yin has grace, and a pearly white light surrounds her. She can help you step into an embrace of care, forgiveness, and compassion. If we have been hurt or disrespected by another person, she will help us move into a non-reactive space so that we can stay connected to the light as we move forward. If you're finding someone or something difficult at this time, the best way you can move forward is by going beyond seeking to understand why something is the way it is or someone is the way they are. It's time to move beyond the behavior or mistake or challenges that are happening around you. Don't be pulled into the misery and fear that is coming to you from the outside source. Refuse to operate on that level. Choose to take enlightened action for the sake of your own inner peace. Know that you can be compassionate and forgiving without having to excuse someone else's behavior. It's more about stepping into your own path and recognizing that you cannot allow your own wellness and peace to be affected by someone else's behavior or by the outcome of a situation that is beyond your control. Choose to move forward in your life with grace. Realize that if you allow yourself to get pulled in, it will only cause more hurt and anguish. And the best, most enlightened act you can perform is to move on with grace and forgiveness as your North Star. The energy of Kuan Yin is here to guide you in a composed, light-filled way. Yeah, and she has the beautiful lotus flower with her and all of the beautiful rainbow colors. And it looks like she flows with Eve. She's beautiful. Now, that was the enlightened action card, okay? Choose compassion, move forward with grace. Now, this is the other one we got. Mother Mary. Miraculous encounter, divine experience. Do not be afraid of being powerful. This is another feminine message. And if you put the two together, one is to be compassionate, move forward with grace. And this one is divine experience. Do not be afraid of being powerful. Mary, the mother of Jesus, was a simple woman with a divine mission to bring sacred love into the world. At the time of her death, she was assumed into heaven by the angels. It is for this reason that she is considered the queen of the angels, and her presence magnetizes the energy of miracles and the presence of angels. One of the most important lessons of Mary's life was when Archangel Gabriel brought her the message that she was going to be the mother of Christ. When Gabriel appeared to her, she heard the message, "Do not be afraid, for I am an angel of the Lord." This wasn't necessarily telling her not to be afraid because she was having a spiritual vision, more not to be afraid of being this powerful. Mary's experience reminds all women that it's safe to be powerful and gifted. She is now dedicated to spreading this message and is the leader of a group of angels dedicated to the world peace. You are having spiritual visions and miraculous encounters at this time. Don't be afraid of your gifts. They are God-given abilities to help you remember who you are and where you have come from. If you have been wondering about the spiritual significance of certain encounters or experiences, know that the main message the universe is trying to get to you is that you are not alone. You are a significant bringer of light to the world. Your psychic and spiritual abilities have been awakened by some sort of shift in your life. This could have been an overwhelming challenge or emotional moment, but it has set you on a path to remembering that you can heal and help others. Angels of peace are here now to guide you on your way to harmony in all aspects of the world. This is an amazing message, I think, for all of us today. We got Brigid, inner fire. Let your passion lead you to your purpose. Brigid is a Celtic goddess of Ireland who is closely associated with fire in the seasons of spring. Her name means the bright one, and she is a goddess of fertility, healing, and all the renewing energies that spring brings. In Ireland, she is the protector of wells and holy shrines. Originally a pagan goddess, Brigid was so well loved that when Christianity came to the British Isle, she was adopted as a saint, and thus she brings the energy of resilience, strength, and survival. You are a highly driven, passionate being with the ability to make great changes in the world. Follow what lights you up, for the spiritual fire within you is growing and glowing, and the sharing of your passion will lead to the fulfillment of your purpose. Brigid is coming to you now because it might feel as though your life is changing and the ground is unsteady beneath you. But trust that it is best to change when change is unfolding around you. This is a powerful time for you to begin anew. The seeds that you have planted with your dreams are being given the opportunity to germinate and grow. Trust in your passion and don't let the limiting beliefs or doubts of others be projected onto you. Let your fire burn and roar. Wow. Yeah, that was pretty powerful, guys. Pretty powerful. Enlightened action. Miraculous encounter. Inner fire. I got goosebumps, literally. That was a beautiful reading. And remember, go listen to that song, Keep On Smiling by Wet Willie, and do the lyrics and look at the lyrics because they must have a meaning. And I'm going to go listen to it because I got it on my favorite playlist. So I'm going to go listen to it too. I want everybody to take everything in. Go with the flow. If something's triggering you, walk away. It's your trigger. They didn't understand that they triggered you, unless it's violent, and then they know they triggered you. But if somebody says something or does something that triggers you, go off and think about it because they had a different perception of that completely than you did. And that happens. So, oh my goodness. The next time I will be back will be Freedom Friday. I want everybody to have a beautiful, magical day. Definitely. I'm gonna go lay in the sun today and I'm gonna do some meditation after. So I think we all got to get in our right state and we got to quit trying to force feed our beliefs on other people and them force feed their beliefs on us. It doesn't work that way. But anyway, you know what? I love everybody. Make every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? Just be you, the beautiful you that you are.